Again, that is unlike a Cancer, because you know a Cancer will sit around the house and be a mammy. What is that? Success is right there. They can reach out. They can touch it. Boop, boop. That's success, success, boop. And them bitches will choose every time they sit around the house with some nigga. Okay. Anyway, I'm pissing you Cancers off. It's okay. I ain't serious. I'm just.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down. Hold it down.
Bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment respectfully. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please hit the Patreon link below in the description bar and or the join button here on the YouTube. You know why? Because the paying members already know what the next book is. You guys are just finding it out today. Now let's begin reading Strength of a Woman. The Phyllis Hyman story. Child, it's nighttime and these boys is laying down. Okay? And they done wore me out today. They on this grain-free diet. And I swear all I do is pick up shit. After a year at Robert Morris, Phyllis dropped out. She took a break from singing and briefly worked as a file clerk for General Electric and as a secretary for Westinghouse before settling into a position with Neighborhood Legal Services. I thought business would be my future, she said. I was never the greatest secretary, but I was always a concerned secretary. Phyllis and Richie continued to see each other. The two would take in a concert, acts such as The Temptations or a talented new artist named Roberta Flack, or simply stay in and talk. We had a relationship and a friendship, I think, said Richie, who said Phyllis's budding talent already astounded him. Occasionally, we would be talking and just in conversation, she'd sing. She had a really amazing voice. So anyway, let me say this about you Cancer bitches. I don't know one of you who cannot sing. Maybe, I think it was maybe one or two of my Judies who were Cancers that, was a little off key. But BFF can sing her ass off. It's not too many Cancers that does not have that capacity to at least hold a note very well. Do y'all agree with me? Think about y'all Cancer women in your life. Have you just heard them just sing around the house, just cleaning, maybe doing a task? Isn't it like endearing? One time she just imitated my voice and she got it perfectly. It was like listening to myself on a tape recorder. She had a tremendous talent. She could do almost anything with her voice. Phyllis was excited by the possibilities of where her voice could take her, but Richie was able to detect a certain sadness hiding beneath Phyllis's warm personality. The drinking age was 18, and Phyllis indulged regularly. It was also not unusual to find marijuana in the house. She smoked weed, but she also liked to take pills. So this is very enlightening to know that Phyllis Hyman had been popping pills since the 20s, because I think, or I'm sure, that those pills was a part of her ultimate demise. And hey, I don't know what kind of pills this man is talking about. I don't know, because they got all kinds of pills. Bennies, uppers, downers, around the corner, all that stuff. Who knew what she was taking. Thank God she wasn't doing that new pill. I think they call it blues, something like that. And that's the Fenty pills or Fenty pills, something like that. Man, oh my God. If you a drug addict nowadays, I feel bad for you, man. Phyllis was an escapist. She liked to get away from things, I think. In retrospect, I think that she was just depressed. I think she could have had everything and she would have had the same problem. I think she was just a depressed person, that she was genetically predisposed to it. So it's funny how when I first was introduced to Phyllis Hyman, I was messing with this no good, dirty of a dick firefighter. You hear me? Ooh, that ninja was he was terrible. He had babies on me and everything, okay? Maybe I'll tell you the story. Oh my God, it was terrible. Ooh, he was terrible. Do y'all ever have situations where you look back on relationships you've had and you say, ooh, I should have murked his ass? I mean, I was sick of him. You hear me? This was the first time I put my hands on somebody. All right? He put his hands back on me, but that was not our dynamic. I shouldn't have put my hands on him. Let me say that. But anyway, when I heard Phyllis Hyman's music, I'm telling you, I was like, there is so much power and emotion behind her voice that I literally thought that she was a lesbian. The song came out in 1986. I didn't hear it until about 1991, 1992. Strangely enough, I might have heard her music here and there in the 80s, but it didn't resonate with me yet. It wasn't until I got with the firefighter that I found her. It was called I Can't Stand This Feeling All Alone. If I thought I could do it justice, you know how I am, I would try and sing it. But the song was so moving and it touched me because I was in a relationship with a man that was such a dirty dick. We were together, but I was still alone. Okay? And it just made me feel like, oh, this lady can't be singing to a man. So much emotion and power behind it. She has to be singing to a woman, because gay love, when I tell you that gay love is so much deeper and harder, because you're not just fighting to maintain the relationship. You're actually fighting the world to have a relationship, along with fighting to maintain your relationship. And this was before I was even, doing my thing with women. But I was like, she can't be singing to a man. She has to be singing to another woman. It's weird. And that's the way I felt. How old was I? 19 at the time? Was I 19? Yeah, I was like 19, 20 years old. From time to time, Phyllis would find a way to sing a little bit here and there. Her first major break came when she was asked to sing at a charity benefit. The timing was right. Phyllis said Dick Morgan heard me and asked me to join his group, which had just lost its lead singer. Phyllis accepted the offer, which required her to quit her job and put her relationship with Richie on hold without hesitation. Again, that is unlike a cancer, because a cancer will sit around the house and be a mammy. What is that? Success is right there. They can reach out. They can touch it. Boop, boop. That's success, boop. And them bitches will choose every time to sit around the house with some nigga. Okay. Anyway, I'm pissing you cancers off. It's okay. I ain't serious. I'm just playing. Morgan, a Washington-based pianist, was working with a booking agent in New York who helped him plan an impressive tour. New Directions, Morgan's quartet, traveled to cities like Las Vegas, Chicago, Cleveland, Miami, and even Nassau. Each engagement lasted a week to 2 weeks, and new directions was booked into some of the best lounges in the country. Phyllis knew by now that she was not meant to be a secretary and had no problem giving up that work. Initially, though, she had a hard time adjusting to life on the road, far from friends and family. The road is not easy, and making it more difficult was the fact that she was the only woman accompanying an all-male quartet composed of essentially 4 strangers. From what I understand, the hardest part of being a woman in the industry is the men. Excuse me, celebrity lady, singer lady. What is the hardest part? The men. I'll expound on that later. What Morgan taught Phyllis was stage manners, microphone technique, and how to blend in with the group without being out of sorts visually. He recalled, it took no effort on her part to do what she needed to do to create those vocal and visual effects. She was a natural talent, so it was just a matter of fine-tuning. In addition to vocal talent, Morgan found that Phyllis had a natural charm and a bold, outgoing personality that he quickly put to work for him. The tour was a turning point for Phyllis. It was the first time she considered that a career in music was a real option for her. In 6 months, I got this incredible view of what this business is about, she reflected. For me at the time, in fact, my first job, it was just fascinating, hard work, but fascinating. I had never done this before. I had never put makeup on or done anything to my hair or concentrated on the image of an entertainer. I just learned a lot. I found that it wasn't really a fantasy world. It was just work. I rehearsed all day long. I hated it because all I wanted to do was get up and sing, but you had to prepare. I didn't know that. Phyllis knew by now that she was talented, but deep inside she wondered if she was talented enough, good enough, to really make it. One of the reasons I never got into business until very late was Nancy Wilson. Keep this in mind, y'all. When you are depressed, being a self-defeatist is one and the same. Because remember, take it back to the first video. She never even understood why people would pay money to see her. In her mind, Nancy Wilson was good, and she never thought of herself as a Nancy Wilson. So why would people want to see me? Because I'm not a Nancy Wilson. I'm just Phyllis Hyman. She is an absolute self-defeatist. Self-defeatists are the type of people, no matter how accomplished or beautiful or talented they are, in their minds they are never good enough, because either there's some kind of chemical imbalance or it's one person that they're trying to impress, and that one person will never give them the accolades that they deserve. Listen, I never knew that I was beautiful until my mother told me, okay, because she was the most beautiful person on this earth to me. And for my mother to be like, Nene, you used to be an ugly duckling. I know it's cruel, but now you're my beautiful brown swan. I was like, oh shit. Niggas, get out the way. But for those of you who do not know, this charm is a swan. One of the only reasons I never got into business until very late was Nancy Wilson. I thought, if you can't be that good, don't bother. Because this girl is such a self-defeatist, she decided to back away from the business again and became a babysitter. What kind of bullshit is that? Can you believe that Phyllis Hyman is somewhere thinking that she's not good enough? But man, I got this girl over here. Yeah, she my friend and everything. And she could barely handle her household, so I'm going to move into one of those rooms and help her and her household. That's what she did. Frustrating.